Welcome to the fourth session of the chapter 3, that is human reproduction. In the previous three sessions, I have dealt the male reproductive system, female reproductive system, mammary glands, spermatogenesis and oogenesis. Today, let us take up the ultrastructure or fine structure of human sperm. So now, this is the ultra or fine structure of human sperm. This is the today's topic. What do you mean by ultrastructure? The structure which is studied under electron microscope is called ultrastructure or fine structure. Remember, the sperm is almost like that of a tadpole of a frog. What do you mean by a tadpole? Tadpole is the larva of frog. What is larva? Larva is nothing but an immature young one of an adult. The larva of frog is almost said to be like this. This is the larva of frog. The tadpole is also similar to that of the human sperm. What do you mean by a sperm in general? Sperm is an haploid male gamete. Haploid in the sense the number is represented by N. N stands for haploid number. What is haploid number? Haploid number means only one set of chromosomes. Remember, in man there are 2n is equal to 46 chromosomes. That means there are two haploid sets of chromosomes. One haploid set is paternal chromosomes and another is said to be the maternal set of chromosomes. Whereas in case of the gametes, like sperm and the egg, the number is said to be get reduced to half. Thereby the chromosomal number in sperm is haploid. That is n is equal to 23. Whereas even in egg, the number of the sperms is said to be haploid, that is 23. Whenever the egg and sperm fuse together, resulting in fertilization, forming a product called zygote, then the cell will become 2n, that is 46 chromosomes. Thereby, the chromosomal number of a species is said to be maintained constant from generation to generation. Hence, the haploid condition of the gametes is said to be very essential to maintain the constancy of the chromosomal number of a given species. Now let us concentrate only on the ultrastructure of the human sperm. Now sperm, as I said earlier, is almost similar to that of a tadpole or frog. It measures only about 52 to 62 micron in length. I hope you know that 1 micron is equal to 1 by 1000 of millimeter or 10 to the power of minus 6 meters. This is said to be the micron. Now the sperm consists of what parts? The sperm consists of mainly 4 parts here. Which are those 4 parts? So the parts are said to be like this. First is said to be the head. Second is neck region. Third one is middle piece. And the fourth and the last is supposed to be the tail. Now let us go one by one. That is said to be the first part is head. From ear to ear, it is said to be the head region. What head consists of? Head consists of two parts. One is acrosome and another is said to be the nucleus. So the head is all round surrounded by plasma membrane, which is continued even to the middle piece and even said to be the first part of the tail. This is supposed to be the plasma membrane or cell membrane. Now, the acrosome is the anterior most part of the sperm. It is derived from Golgi bodies. What are Golgi bodies? The Golgi bodies are nothing but one of the cell organelles. What do you mean by a cell organelle? It is an unit of a cell. So during spermiogenesis, that is, during the transformation of a spermatid into a sperm, the acrosome is said to be formed out of Golgi bodies. This is said to be the acrosome. This acrosome is helpful in penetrating the sperm into the egg. This is because of the fact that acrosome contains enzymes like the iL-uronidase, and then acrosin or even neuroaminase. These are said to be the aminidase. These are said to be the enzymes found in the acrosome. In human sperm, you come across iL-uronidase enzyme because the egg contains in its membrane the iL-uronic acid. In order to hydrolyze it, the sperm, human sperm contains in the acrosome the iL-uronidase enzyme, whereas the other two enzymes are present in the sperm of other animals. So this is acrosome. Then comes below acrosome, there is said to be a larger, almost spherical, the nucleus. This is the nucleus. The nucleus contains paternal set of chromosomes. How many chromosomes are there in this nucleus? As I said earlier, there is only one set of chromosomes, that is only 23. So this nucleus is supposed to be the haploid one, containing only one set of chromosomes. So this part is the head region with acrosome and the nucleus. Now let us take up the neck. The neck is said to be a very narrow region, short and narrow, connecting head with mid-piece. The neck contains two centrioles. One is said to be the proximal centriole, which is very nearer or closer to the nucleus, and the other is said to be the distal centriole. The centriole, as like that of the Golgi bodies, is one of the cell organelles. This centriole plays a major role, particularly during cell division in animal cells. The centrioles are not found in plant cells. Observe, the neck is said to be very short and narrow, containing proximal and distal centriole. Proximal centriole is very closer to the nucleus, whereas the distal centriole is little away from the proximal centriole. From the distal centriole, there arises a long whip-like structure called axial filament, or even called axoneme. Axoneme. This arises from the distal centriole. This is the part of neck. Now let us come to the middle piece. Next to the neck region is the middle piece. What a middle piece contains? Middle piece contains the spirally arranged, what is known as mitochondria. Mitochondria, as you are aware, is one of the cell organelles and is commonly called as the powerhouse of the cell. And it is the mitochondria which provides energy in the form of ATP for the mobility of the sperm. Remember, the sperm is always said to be microscopic but highly active and motile. That motility is said to be brought about by the energy supplied by this mitochondria. Hence, this mid-piece or middle piece is supposed to be the engine room of the sperm. It is the one which supplies the needed energy for the sperm motility. So, this is the mid-piece. Now, coming to the tail region. Tail is supposed to be the longest part of the sperm. For example, in the beginning itself I told you that it measures only about 52 to 62 micron in length. The head measures only about 4 to 5 micron, whereas the neck region measures about just the 0.3 to 0.4 micron, whereas the mid-piece measures about up to 3 micron. The rest is said to be the tail. Hence, the tail is the longest part of the sperm. The tail consists of two parts. One is said to be the main piece, and the another one is said to be the end piece. The main piece is even called as principal piece. What is the difference between this main piece and the end piece? The main piece is the one which is with axial filament and the envelope. This is the envelope. That is nothing but plasma membrane. Whereas the end piece is the one which contains only a naked axial filament. That means it has no envelope at all. Only you come across axial filament or axoneme. This end piece and the main piece together called as the tail region, which is the longest part of the sperm. The tail by its lashing movement Lashing movement in the sense moving of the tail side to side. So, by the lateral, the undulations that are even called as lashing movement, the sperm keeps on moving. But for the movement, it requires what is known as a fluid media. Which is the fluid media available to the sperm for its motility in man? It is nothing but the semen. Semen is secreted by what? Seminal vesicle, prostate gland, bulbourethral gland of the male reproductive system secrete semen which is rich in fructose and even calcium and even some proteolytic enzymes. That semen is the media in which the sperms move. So this is the overall structure of the sperm. Overall structure in the sense nothing but the ultrastructure. So in brief, what is ultrastructure? Structure studied under electron microscope. What is a sperm? Sperm is an haploid male gamete which is very minute or microscopic, active and motile. Where it is produced? It is produced in the testes of the male individual. So, how it appears? It appears almost like that of a tadpole of a frog. How many parts are there? There are said to be 4 parts: head, neck, middle piece and tail. So all these parts are said to be, except the end piece, are all enveloped by the plasma membrane. Whether it contains any cytoplasm or not, certainly there is cytoplasm. This is the cytoplasm, but the amount of the cytoplasm is said to be quite lesser, because during the transformation of spermatid into a sperm, the most of the cytoplasmic content is get discarded. Hence, there is only little amount of the cytoplasm. This is supposed to be the cytoplasm. What it contains? Acrosome and nucleus. Acrosome contains enzymes like iluronidase, acrosin or neuraminidase. So in man, the enzyme is said to be there. Iluronidase, all these are hydrolytic enzymes. They are helpful in penetrating the sperm into the egg. Now, the nucleus is quite larger, containing an haploid set of chromosomes. So, and it is surrounded by little amount of the cytoplasm enveloped by plasma membrane. Neck is supposed to be the short and narrow, containing proximal and distal centriole. Proximal is very closer to nucleus and distal centriole is little away from proximal. From it, a long whip-like structure called axial filament or axoneme arise. Middle piece contains axial filament enveloped or surrounded by mitochondria which is spirally arranged. Remember, the sperm mitochondria is even called Nebenkern body. This is the one. What is Nebenkern body? And it is not said to be a general term. You cannot write mitochondria is the Nebenkern body. No. The mitochondria of the sperm is supposed to be the Nebenkern body, which was discovered by this scientist. Then, the last part is the tail, which is the longest part and consisting of main piece and end piece. Main piece is supposed to be the principal piece containing the axial filament and the envelope, whereas end piece contains only the naked axial filament without envelope. These two, the parts together called as the tail. This is the overall ultrastructure of the sperm. Thank you, one and all.